I mentioned yesterday, I promised at the end of the day, we didn't know who the Democrats were who had voted to move forward debate on fast track, basically the TPA, which is the bill that will unconstitutionally strip Congress of its right to debate and amend the TPP. So they're going to allow debates and amendments on the TPA because it hasn't gone into effect to eliminate the possibility of debate or amendments on the TPA. So this is the Trade Promotion Authority, which is a fancy phrase for fast track. So fast track is moving forward. And I just thought I would now again, before I mention these names, I do it by virtue of maybe we can let folks know how we feel about this particular issue. This is not how to say this. I get emails from people occasionally, I just saw Richard Mack on your show. I hate Richard Mack. I'm never listening to your show again. Right? I'm serious. And not just Richard Mack. I mean, it could be Chris Hedges. It could be anybody. Or it could be, you just said, and I'm never listening again. And it's just not a good way to communicate. It's like calling up one of these senators and saying, damn it, I'm never going to vote for you. You voted for the TPA. I'm really PO'd. That's one of the least effective ways to communicate your political perspective, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. Better would be to say, I am opposed to Trade Promotion Authority and to the TPP and to the deal that they're cutting with Europe. And there's a few others in the works if the rumors I'm hearing are right. If the TPP is so good, it shouldn't need TPA. It shouldn't need Congress to tie its hands before it votes on it. As a beginning point. So please be respectful and be to the point and be relatively upbeat when you contact members of Congress. The telephone number for the switchboard in Congress is 202-225-3121 or 224-3121. We learned yesterday from Congressman Grayson. So anyhow, that said, here are the names. Senator Bennett from Colorado. These are the Democrats. Virtually all, in fact, not virtually, all of the Republicans except for the two who didn't vote, Cassidy and Sullivan from Louisiana and Arkansas, or is that Alaska? AK, that's Alaska, right? Yeah. Those two didn't vote, and I don't know why, but they're both Republicans. They presumably would have been yes votes, but there were 13, and this is interesting, because yesterday Alan Grayson said there's 14 Democrats fixing to cross over and betray us on this thing or whatever, and it turned out it was 13. I'm wondering who didn't vote, among the Democrats. Do they have a swing vote? But the problem is that if you add in Cassidy and Sullivan, the two Republicans who didn't vote yesterday, you end up with 67 votes in favor of fast track, which is enough to overcome even a presidential veto, which, of course, isn't going to happen. This is something the president wants, unless something really wacky gets put in the bill, which is, an opportunity right now because this bill can actually be amended and debated. So, anyhow, here's the list. Bennett from Colorado, Cantwell from Washington State, Carper from Delaware, and he's the one that Alan Grayson was calling out yesterday, Coons from Delaware, Feinstein from California, Heitkamp from North Dakota, Kane from Virginia, McCaskill from Missouri, Patty Murray from Washington State, Nelson from Florida, Shaheen from New Hampshire, Warner from Virginia, and Wyden from Oregon. Those 13 Democrats voted yes on this. Every other Democrat voted no. Well, including the independent Bernie Sanders.